This year we see Liam Neeson as a Portuguese priest and a talking tree. He's doing well for himself. A Monster Course is directed by J.A. Boyona and it's about a 12-year-old boy named Conor who has to deal with his mother's cancer, an unsympathetic grandmother, and bullies, but finds an unlikely friend in a monster. I think the first thing to say about this movie is the performances, and the actor that plays Conor, I believe his name is Lewis McDougall, was amazing. And I think that, I know it's a bit weird, suggestion, I really think that he should be nominated. I know, but he was so good. I mean, I've never seen a young actor do that before. I mean, he was incredible. He was so relatable in the sense that when anything ever happened to him, we were rooting for him so much, and he had a performance which was so real and believable, and you could understand what this kid was going through, and you understand his character, and he's just a quiet boy that's going through so much crap in his life, and he made such an emotional performance out of this. It just had everything that a performance needed, especially with subject matter so delicate. He has to play a boy, an outcast, and his mother is got this ungodly illness, and he just plays it in a way where it's so real. And then when he's interacting with the monster, once again, it's a tree monster, and yet he delivers a performance that's so real, and I just think he deserves a lot of props for what he did. Felicity Jones, the mother, was also very, very good. Absolutely just incredible performance. She brought out emotions similar to how Lewis did. It was just another strong performance from her. And Liam Neeson voicing the monster was a perfect casting. He brought this power and gravitas, and he made himself scary, he made himself gentle, he really used his voice amazingly to give words to this being that would really come to aid Conor. J.A. Boyona has had a quite short career so far. He's only young. He did The Orphanage, and he's up doing the new Jurassic World sequel. And this guy, he's got a future. He definitely has. The directing was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He really chose the shots so wisely. You could tell that this was planned out for months and months before. He knew exactly what he was doing, and that sort of confidence in himself really came through in the directing, and that allowed us to really get involved with Conor and get involved with him, because he's the basis of the story, and he did that really well. And I just loved how well shot it was and how well done the movie was to help supplement the story, and that really helped. The last act was incredibly moving, an emotional ride. It's something that just grasps you by the heart, and this whole movie was just building up to this final moment. Everything was leading up to it, and you just didn't want this to happen, and the story just really did an amazing journey to get you to that point. It was not forceful to make you sad. Of course, it was his intention, but you got to realise that it was a journey to the sadness. We've been through this whole ride, and to get to this point, everything just comes down, and in an amazingly done way. And the director deserves so much credit for having an intention, which is difficult to do, to make people sad. It can be difficult, and he did it in a way that was respectful and was real. The animation was so real. They did it amazing. CGI was incredible, and it looked so real. And if it was corny and fake, it would really the film would look terrible, and no one would pay attention to the story. They'd be like, And this tree monster, he looks stupid. He looks stupid. The fact that it was so just detailed and so well crafted, it really helped the movie a lot. Now this movie isn't perfect. So I've got a spoiler alert warning here. Spoiler alert, okay? This is one thing that annoyed me about this movie, and I'll let you know that it was something to do with the plot. Okay, now spoiler. Right. So, at the end of the movie, the mother ends up seeing the monster. The monster it's almost like it's Connor's mind. Like it's in Connor's head this whole time as he's dealing with all the emotions that are going to him. And then the mum sees him and would be like, oh, I thought it was good at the time. But then when he went to his mum's room at the end, Connor, after she had sadly passed, we saw that she had drawings of the monster. She had seen the monster, and now he wasn't really that special. You know, it's just like the monster, he goes to everyone. It's not singular to Connor and Connor's story. And I didn't like that because I thought it'd be better if Connor was like in his head almost. It's a way of him dealing with his emotions because he's such a artistic kid. So that was just one thing that annoyed me, that made the film a bit for me. This movie was tear-droppingly good. And if you don't mind a little bit of crying or a little bit of sadness, then please go and watch it, because it is absolutely wonderful movie. I give it 4 stars, and I really implore people to go and watch it. It is a very good movie that came out this year, and you leave the cinema, and I don't know how many hours since I've seen it, it still is inside me, and that shows class, that shows a good damn movie. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.